it's Angel. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, please do subscribe by clicking that button below. Today I am gonna talk about my experience about traveling during COVID-19. So if you're interested to watch, please stay tuned, and it's gonna start in 3, 2, 1. So my experience is flying from Davao to Manila to Los Angeles, and it's early September when I did it. So there are more documents that you need compared to the restrictions now. I think that it got a little more lenient because they want people to actually start traveling, especially because the holiday is coming. But during that time, these are the documents that you need to fly out of the Philippines. So the first important document that you need is your swab test. So in Davao City, at least then, there are only 2 centers that are accredited to give swab test results, and it is either Southern Philippines Medical Center, SPMC, or the Davao One World Diagnostic Center. And people, we all know in Davao, people within Davao region who has COVID are all sent to SPMC. So I wanna avoid going to that center. So I went to Davao One World Diagnostic Center, and this is what they would give you so you could travel. There. You would have to make sure that when you go there, you've already called your airline, because there are different requirements to the test results depending on the airline. Some need it's mostly around 48 hours, but some count the 48 hours from the sampling date. Some take the release date, the result release date, and then there are some airline who want the 48 hours to still be valid upon departure, some upon arrival to your final destination. So you have to call your airline and then go to One World Diagnostic Center, tell them the requirements that the airline asks of you, and then they would tell you when to go back and get tested. So that's important. And then the second document that you need is your travel authority. When I left, when I was preparing all my documents to leave Davao, I did not know this is necessary. However, if you have your swab test result, you can go to the airport, because that's what I did. I went to the airport not knowing I need this, and then they just asked for the result, and then they had everything processed within the airport, although I was just waiting outside while they were processing it, and it took time. So much that I made it to my boarding gate just in time for boarding. So just be there early if you're thinking of getting your travel authority from the airport. And yeah, you can do it there, but give time to actually do that. And then the next document that you need is this waiver. They just give it to you upon check-in. You just have to put you have to sign, just read it and sign it, put the date, and that's it. You are ready to go. The other things that you need to go onto your flight is a mask and a shield. It is mandatory to wear your mask and your shield at all times. So your COVID prevention kit has to have your mask and a face shield. Also, you need wipes. I brought 5 packs of wipes because you can only bring enough, like so much liquids. We all know that when traveling. So instead of bringing a lot of alcohol or sanitizer, just bring a lot of wipes and just wipe everything down before you even touch them. And then my sister also got me an air purifying mask. So it has a filter and it gives you air after it's like the portable air purifying necklace, except it goes straight to your mask. Also, I have that air purifying necklace. It's a portable air purifier, just so when I'm not wearing the mask, air purifying mask, I still have that necklace, because you have to charge the mask and you want to save the battery for that, because you don't want it to die inside the airplane where it's enclosed and scary. So yeah, what I also did for COVID is that I packed two extra change of clothes, because you don't know what other things you're touching. You know what your hands are touching, but you don't know if you've touched a little surfaces with your arms or your legs. So every time I get out of the airplane, I change my clothes, and then I have a separate laundry bag where I put it so it doesn't mix with everything else, because that is unsanitized dirty clothes that you don't know what viruses are in it. So you have to make sure it's sealed on a separate laundry bag. So that's your COVID prevention kit for traveling: your mask, your shield, wipes, and air purifying necklace, or the portable air purifiers, or wearable air purifiers if you can, and then change of clothes with a separate laundry bag. So the actual flight experience, let's start with the ticketing. Purchasing tickets for the actual flight. I flew with Philippine Airlines, and sad to say, you have to pay extra to get the social distancing seats. The economy fare will give you seats that are not socially distanced, and if you want a guaranteed social distancing seat, you have to pay extra and buy the economy flex fare, which is, I think, twice, even a little bit more than the normal economy. And I think that's sad, because it is supposed to be mandatory. They're supposed to take care of their passengers equally, and not because someone else paid more. I just feel like that is unfair, because we're supposed to be taken care of, because it's mandatory for them so they could operate. So why do we need to pay extra for that? But anyway, my flight is on the 10th at around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I have to wait for my swab test result to come out before I even go to the airport. And because they were so strict with time and everything, they have to release the results just a little, like a few hours before your flight. So after I got those through the email, we all went to the airport, and I was there. Be early, like I said earlier, be early, because there are certain things that might happen. Like for my case, it's the travel authority, and if I wasn't there early, I would have missed my flight, because it took a while for the travel authority to be ready for me. And so just be there early, and so you're sure you're not gonna miss your flight. And then, so for the Davao Manila flight, I did not use my air purifying mask, because it's a short flight. It's just 2 hours, and I want to save my mask's battery, because like I said, I don't want it to die in the middle of the flight, because in my head, a flight to the States is always 16 hours. So I want to preserve that battery for the mask. So I did not use it for the Davao Manila flight. I just used the air purifying necklace for the whole flight, like this. And then upon arrival to Manila, going into the airplane, you don't really see everyone, right? Especially because I'm late, and then the ones before me are socially distanced seats. I don't know what happens at the back though. But when I got out of the airplane and got into the baggage claim in Manila, you see how much people was on that flight. It's like COVID is not even a thing. It's kind of the usual number of passengers on the baggage area. So you would want to pick a spot on the baggage claim where there are not as much people, because these people are not socially distanced. So you have to just be cautious for yourself and just try to be as far away from people as you can. You just have your bags checked and then you wait for the shuttle. Except this time, I think because they're reconstructing or renovating the airport, so the waiting area for the shuttle, the airport shuttle, is between baggage claim 2 and 3. And the seats there are socially distanced. Every other seat has that white thing. I think I can just show you here. There's that white thing so people can't sit next to each other, which is a good thing. And then when the shuttle finally arrived, passengers are supposed to go from the airport to the shuttle, and that's it. No outside exposure. However, there are some people who has like friends waiting for them outside, and they just interacted with them. When you get to the shuttle, the seats are like the waiting areas in the airport, where every other seat has that white "do not sit here" sign. However, there are people who are standing on the aisle, so social distancing is still not a thing because you're still next to the person sitting down. So that's bad, I think. But maybe because everyone needs to be in the shuttle early because they don't want to miss their flight and all that, so they try to cramp up the bus. Upon arrival in Terminal 1, same process like before COVID. Nothing is different until you arrive at the boarding gates, where again every other seat has that white thing "do not sit here" sign, and that I feel really safe about that because people follow it and there are enough seats for everyone, that everyone is actually socially distanced. So that's a good thing. The long haul flight, the plan for me was to not eat during the 13-hour flight because I got an advice from friends who traveled too. They said just don't eat because it's an enclosed air-conditioned space and you don't know all the viruses that's flying everywhere. But I got so hungry and I love my food, so when I was served food, I ate it. I took the air purifying mask, turned on my air purifying necklace, my portable air purifier, and then ate as fast as I can because you know you have to limit the exposure. And then while I was eating, I have to charge my mask just in case, because like I said, I don't want it to die in the middle of the flight. So after I ate, I put my mask back on, turned off my purifier, charged my purifying necklace, and then sanitize, go to the washroom, wash your hands, go back, sanitize again. Yes, it's okay to be paranoid. You're taking care of yourself, so you'll be fine. No one's gonna judge you. I, however, did not wear the whole PPE thing. There were a lot of people wearing PPEs during that flight, but I feel like it's gonna be uncomfortable for me and I'm not used to actually wearing it, so I don't know how that works when I want to pee. I feel like I'm gonna get more virus because I don't know how to actually use it compared to just wearing my normal things. So I did not wear PPE, but I've seen a lot of people wear it and no one's judging them. So if you want to, you can wear that. No one's gonna judge you. If they are gonna judge you, it's not on you. You're just taking care of yourself. Don't be ashamed to take care of yourself. So yeah, like I said, the mask and the shield has to be worn at all times. All times, even when you're sleeping. I did not think about this, but sleeping with a face shield is bad. With the mask on and the face shield, and you try to sleep and it just goes that. It's sad, but you have to do it. And I have a photo of me looking crazy because I just woke up with all that, and I have the mask strap imprinted on my face. So that's really bad, but it's okay because like I said, you're taking care of yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. And so I arrived in LA. Yay! There are less people, maybe because the LA airport is super big. People are dispersed. So I've seen less people compared to Manila and Davao. However, face shields are not mandatory in the States. So you see a lot of people not wearing face shields. And Jacob was there to pick me up at the airport when I arrived. I asked him to have himself tested before he comes to get me because I'm scared. I don't want to be super paranoid and just meet someone who's positive. So I have to make sure he's negative too. And he still is right now, but then he was okay. And then we arrived late. I arrived late. And then the next day we got our test. We had another swab test just to make sure from Reliant Urgent Care. It's near the airport. They do the Sophia test. It's just 15 minutes and then you get the result. It's around $117. It's not mandatory in the States to get a swab test when you arrive, but just for your peace of mind and for your family, just so they stop worrying about you, I took it, he took it, and we're both negative. So yeah, that is it for the whole experience flying from Davao to Manila to LA. And I know it will give you a lot of anxiety, but it is doable. You can actually do it. You just have to be really careful and really cautious and even borderline paranoid for it. But like I said, no one's gonna judge. And yeah, I hope I gave you enough insight if you were thinking about traveling, especially during the holidays. And I hope I helped a little bit so you could make up your mind, or you know, not to worry so much about your loved ones traveling or you traveling. And yeah, that is it, and I hope you liked it. If you did, just click the like button, and if you want to see more, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you again next week. Bye. Alright, so like I said,
we're recording again. Okay, retake.
Hi, welcome to the Halloween special. Da, 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 da.